Good morning. It's August 8th, and we're sitting here at the picnic table at the Absarkaha Campground, and we've got a couple of other hiker guests with us today. So from right to left, or maybe it's left to right in the camera, I'm not sure, but Tyler, Cindy, and Lori. And these young ladies here had planned to do a thru hike of the PCT this year, but unfortunately had to change their plans due to the virus. But they decided a couple of weeks ago that what the hell, let's just get on trail and at least do a section hike this year. So they've been on trail now 3 days or 2 days, I guess.
2 days.
Just started at the Oregon border, and they're going to try and do all of Oregon. So good on you. Yay.
Let's go. Woohoo.
Tyler, not only is he keeping up, but he's actually leading the pack. So you're going to be
our navigator.
He's our point guard. So, all right, you guys have a great hike. Maybe we'll see you further up the trail.
That sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
And here we are with Betty. She's the camp host, and a very good hostess of that, because this morning she brought us out hot coffee, and yesterday afternoon we came in, she got us all settled in and actually gave us a jar of homemade peach jam, which is going to taste delicious out on the trail. So I can highly recommend this campground for any PCT hikers coming through. So she's a great hostess, and this is a really nice place to stay. So everybody agrees, yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, back on trail. Actually, that little campground we stayed at, which you'll have to refer to the photograph because I can't remember how to pronounce the name of it. I'll put the photo right here in the frame so you can see the name of the campground. But the camp host, Betty and Tommy, super nice, couldn't be more helpful. I mean, good grief. When's the last time you stayed at a campground where the camp host brought coffee out to you in the morning, and then met a really nice couple there. Heather and her husband, I'm so bad with names, Eli, I think his name. If not, I'm sorry, I just can't remember names worth a damn. But really nice couple, enjoyed visiting with them, and talking about their little, they had a couple little Honda trail bikes that took me all the way back to my teenage years. I think I'm really going to look into getting one of those when I get back home. But anyway, that's one of the things we love about the trail is not so much just the wilderness and the scenery, but we've met the nicest people out here. So anyway, we're back on, trying to get some miles under our belt today, and we're about 60 miles south of Crater Lake, so hopefully we can get closer. Well, obviously we hope we get closer, but a lot closer, so we can be there within, well, it'd be nice to be there in 3 days, but probably take us about 4. We are in trouble now, Goldilocks. Looky here. Huckleberries. Yeah, there you go. There's a lot of them not quite ripe yet. There's a few ripe ones in there, but I'm afraid if we find a nice ripe patch, we're definitely gonna get.
We're never gonna get to Canada.
We're never gonna get to Canada because we're gonna have to stop and pig out. Oh, here we are. Our future retirement home. Ooh, a picnic table, a fireplace, and looks like a water pump over here. God, what else do you need? Boy, this picnic table looks like it's got some miles on it. Pretty sturdy though. And this is the water pump. So I guess you get a crank on that thing. It says filter or boil. So even though it comes out of the ground, I guess it's still not safe to drink right out of the spout. Let's check out this shack though. Nice door. Feel like I should be shopping in the grocery store. Oh, we've got a wood stove and a trash bag with trash on the floor. Thanks a lot, guys. Big sturdy benches. I mean, I guess you could sleep on that thing. Man.
Treasure journal. Treasure.
Interesting. Look up in the corner here.
Oh.
It's Hey buddy, is this your house? Okay. Well, even if we were planning to sleep here, I think that that would have changed our mind. Nothing against rats, but I don't want them sleeping in the same room with me.
Was the mother, and the mice were these guys.
Oh. Yeah, these are definitely...
They're not mice.
They're definitely babies. I would assume baby pack rats.
Yeah, that would be my
Yeah.
guess.
So baby pack rats, not sure where mama is. I mean, despite, we say babies, but there's no sense of scale here for the picture, but they're the size of full-grown rats. Definitely far, far larger than any mouse I've ever seen. I'd say they're comparable in size to chipmunks right now. And then we've got, what else we got over here? Is that a trail log?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll fill that out. See, who else has been in here? Help Wanted and Dr. Seuss. Well, I remember those people.
Here's some more.
Help Wanted, we met way the hell down in Kennedy Meadows. I remember she had a really funny story about how she got her trail name. Because she was leaning up against the McDonald's in Cajon Pass, looking like a typical thru-hiker, all dirty and worn out. And there was a Help Wanted sign on the window right above where she was sitting. And some woman came by and looked at her and looked at the sign and said, "Honey, you need to apply for that." Pretty damn funny. So, let's see. Yeah. Anyway, very cool.
Dallas was here August 4th.
Oh, they have two different logs.
Beard Snack, August 3rd.
Beard Snack. Okay.
Bohemian.
There's a bunch of familiar names. I don't know why we have two different logs, but... So... Oh, they keep it inside of here. Put the journal inside its box or the mice will chew it. Yeah, I believe that. Mice. That was no mouse I was taking a picture of. That was a full-size rat. Okay, Ellie Mae. Pump that water. Good job. You're hired.
Oh, thanks.
Well, break's over. We're going to be heading for... Here I go again. What's the name of that place we're headed?
Fish Lake Resort.
Fish Lake Resort. Yeah. 10 miles away. So we should be able to make it today, even though it's 2:30 in the afternoon. But the resort reputedly has fantastic food, and you might have noticed a trend here over the past 3 or 4 days. We're never passing up a chance to eat restaurant food instead of the stuff that we've got in our packs, which means our packs are really not getting any, well, they're not getting lighter as quickly as they should because we're not eating the food in it. But anyway, we just met a couple of other hikers right before we got back on trail here. One was a woman who was just doing a section hike, but the other guy was White Claw, who we've met on the trail, at least twice that I can think of, maybe 3 times, all the way back to Silverwood Lake Resort, or Silverwood Lake, I mean, and then again at Acton KOA. So he's been on the trail a long time, and still heading for Canada. So it's always cool to run into somebody that you haven't seen in a few months, you know, reminisce about other hikers that you've seen on the trail and who's still on and who's gotten off. So hopefully we'll all make it to Canada. How long do you think that sign has been up there? The tree is slowly eating it. You can barely read it. This one's not in much better shape. Well, isn't this the cutest little bridge you ever saw? Not sure why they even bothered to put a bridge here. Maybe because of this big wide river that we have to cross over. Okay, whew, thank God that's done. Remember that nice smooth trail that I was gushing over just recently? Well, not now. Gee whiz, walking over solid lava, which somebody has very kindly filled in with red cinders to smooth it out, but still a rough trail. Let me turn and look up this way. You can see giant lava flow here. So very rough country. I'm afraid I'm going to probably need a new pair of shoes by the time we get out of this mess. This stuff will tear the soles off of your shoes and nothing flat. Okay, seriously, what in the hell is this thing? Yeah, check inside the gaping maw of this monster. Yikes. Boy, if that won't give you nightmares, I don't know what will. It reminds me of something I once saw in a movie. Yeah. Well, the time right now is 7:50 p.m. and we are just over 2 miles away from where we're going to make our camp tonight. Been big day for us. Over 15 miles. But it probably would have been better, or at least easier, if the entire trail had been the way the first 8 miles or so was. The last 7 miles have sucked. This stuff, it's just, both of Goldilocks and I, our feet feel like they've been through a meat grinder. Just this rough lava rock twisting our ankles. And anyway, more complaining about the trail. Sorry folks, can't help it. But if you're wondering why we were hiking until almost 8 o'clock at night, or well, actually it's going to be probably close to 9 o'clock at night by the time we actually get to camp. That's because the place we broke for lunch, the cabin with the pump well, that was the last water for 10 miles. So we had two choices. We could either load up with 4 or 5 liters of water, which is 10 or 12 pounds, and carry that to wherever we wanted to make camp at for the night, which probably would have been, I don't know, at least 5 or 6 miles. Or we could just go out there with light water, which we did. We took 1 liter each and tried to hump out the 10 miles to the next water source. So it's tough, you know. I drank almost all my water, but like I said, in another hour we'll be at the camp and there's water there, so no risk of dying of thirst or anything like that. But still made for a long day, a tough day, and but it's rewarding to have a bunch of miles behind us for a change. And boy, that sun, woo, holy cow. Well, I'll make one more video entry before we close up for the night, let you know what's going on tomorrow. Hey, here's one more thing that just popped into my head. Another random thought. Realized, yeah, I complain a lot about rough trails. Sorry about that, I'm sure it gets old. But as I was reflecting back on it, I have not had one single blister on my foot the entire trail. I mean, all these hundreds of miles and long months and wet feet, hot feet, rough trail, not one single blister. Some of it I guess I can blame to, you know, having shoes that fit properly. But I think the real secret is what I started out doing from the very beginning. I'm wearing a pair of Injinji liner socks underneath a pair of darn tough merino wool socks. So 2 pair of socks, one thick on the outside, one very thin one on the inside. And most of you probably know, oh god, trail. Most of you probably know about Injinji. They kind of look like a foot glove, you know, little cutouts for your toes. But they really do work. They really help protect your toes from rubbing against each other and getting blisters. So, or at least they've worked for me. So if any guys are contemplating your footwear for your next adventure, definitely recommend trying those out. Well, almost at the end here, but I had to show you this piece of the trail. Man, now talk about a trail cruise nightmare. Can you imagine how much work it was for those guys to clear this path through this solid basalt here? I mean, there's just a wall on both sides where they had to clear it and pile it up and then fill the middle in with dirt so they can make a hiking path out of it. Okay, we have arrived. That is our campsite. And time check, 10 minutes after 9 o'clock. Holy cow, what a long day. It'll turn out to be 16 miles in 11 hours. We did leave late this morning, but still 11 hours of hiking. So we are dog tired today. Okay, here I'm doing my best Blair Witch imitation, but that's sorry for that. But we have our camp set up. Goldilocks is making our dinner, and I thought I'd let you know where we settled for the night. We're literally about 100 yards north of the Lake of the Woods Highway. There's a little stream running by, I don't know, 20 yards from our camp, which is a good source of water. That's what we were looking for. But so if we were good, dedicated hikers, we would get a good night's sleep, get up at the crack of dawn, pack our stuff up, and start humping north again and try and do another 20-mile day, or 16-mile day in the case of today's. But according to Guthook, there's a restaurant 2 miles down the road, the Fish Lake Resort, that has some outstanding food. Guthook says best on the PCT. Of course, they say that about a lot of places, but after today, I think we deserved a good hot breakfast. Especially when the alternative is one of my notorious oatmeal and brownie mixes. So we're going to turn in and then get up early in the morning, pack our stuff, walk down to the highway, and stick out our thumbs, and hopefully get a ride quickly down to the resort so we can have a nice hot breakfast. And then of course we'll have to hitchhike back here and start hiking. Interestingly, we're not the only lunatics that hike late at night like this. About 5 minutes ago, another lone hiker came walking by. We saw his headlamp walking up the trail and hollered over at him. He said he was going to go up a little further up the trail to look for a campsite, but I am curious about who else is out here hiking this late, particularly a lone hiker. But maybe we'll see him in the morning. Okay, what are you making for dinner?
Mountain House lasagna with meat.
Oh, there goes that damn shadow again. God damn it. Mountain House lasagna. Okay.